an altar where absolute corruption and pristine purity collide, not to annihilate one another, but to forge the ultimate celestial night. That is the exact reality of St. Joan, a figure who bypasses the standard angelic tropes of the yugioh universe to deliver something far more philosophically complex, rooted in the history of the real world. Visually, she is historical chivalric iconography done right. In her classic fusion card artwork, instead of the typical cascading tresses we see on divine entities, she sports a distinctive blonde bowl cut, a direct nod to her real-world inspiration, Jeanne d'Arc, the legendary French heroine. Her posture radiates a quiet, concentrated serenity, eyes closed while her gauntleted hands grip a cruciform sword blade down. Look closely at that armor. It's a beautifully rendered suit of white and gold plate, featuring articulating pauldrons, an ornate gorget, and a polished cuirass that reflects the vibrant, polychromatic violet aurora enveloping her background. It's elegant, practical, and entirely devoid of the hyper-stylized exaggeration running rampant across other celestial factions. Talk about a heavenly makeover. Her true depth, however, unravels when you dissect her lineage within the fabric of this universe. She doesn't just drop from the heavens, she is the product of a profound spiritual synthesis, requiring the fusion of the forgiving maiden and Marie the fallen one. This spiritual alchemy tells a fascinating story of redemption. Marie represents the nadir of spiritual degradation, a corrupted, suffering entity trapped in a grim, fiendish cycle. Conversely, the forgiving maiden represents absolute, unconditional absolution. When these two opposing forces merge, they don't cancel each other out. Instead, the maiden's grace absorbs Marie's torment, purifying the corruption and sublimating that raw, painful experience into martial righteousness. St. Joan is the manifested resolution of this holy dichotomy. Her personality isn't passive innocence, it's an active, battle-tested resolve. She understands the darkness because half of her essence literally survived it. In a world frequently torn apart by cosmic wars between light and dark factions, St. Joan stands as living proof that reconciliation is achievable. She isn't a naturally born high-ranking celestial, she is a forged saint, one that has come to terms with herself, yet, her experience delves both into the darkness and the light, making her a very well-qualitatived antidote to both the sanctimonious zealotry of the angels and the wayward, chaotic unreliability of the dark creatures. This distinction suggests that in this specific mythological landscape, true ascension isn't granted by divine right, but earned through the arduous process of confronting and elevating the fallen, all the while shedding oneself of the holier-than-thou hubris. Standard law implies that the two fusion components are separate entities, but what if they are actually the exact same soul, split much time before but unaware of it, caught in a spiritual loop? Think about it. Marie could be the tragic outcome of a maiden who lost her way, while the forgiving maiden is the manifestation of her remaining, uncorrupted conscience. Their convergence into St. Joan breaks the cycle of despair, anchoring them into a permanent state of grace that transcends their individual shortcomings. They are not only whole again, as mentioned earlier, their experiences within the world merge a superior being. The sword she cradles isn't raised to strike, but held close to her chest, suggesting that her greatest weapon isn't the sharp edge of her blade, but the profound equilibrium she achieved by conquering her internal demons. She represents the ultimate synthesis of shadow and light, a warrior whose very existence redefines the cosmic balance of her world.